Hello, everyone. I all hope you had a very, very wonderful, blessed morning and a very, very great morning and great morning indeed. Very, very grateful for your support, guys, in watching and in viewing my episodes. It gratefully means a lot to me. So God bless you all. As you can see, guys, the sky is quite completely beautiful and quite completely open as it is exactly. Very sky blue, and it's also very quietly hot as well. This weather is so unpredictable. But despite that, guys, I all hope you're doing whatever makes you happy, and I hope exactly how you're staying safe and very much careful out there because it's very much quite also dangerous and not very much quietly and easy. But despite that, exactly, guys, I'm very grateful for your support in watching and in viewing and subscribing in my episode. It means gratefully a lot to me. Completely means a lot to me. So God bless you all. In any case, in this episode, we're here to speak about Master Power again. Remember Master Power, who's a high ranking member of a sacred terrorist organization known as the Order of Darkness, that wants to restore power to the sacred world and to the rest of the known universe, and to the rest of the known universe, and to the rest of the sacred universe in the process, and to humanity as well, and to planet Earth as well and to planet Earth as well. And that also works on the group of assassins and mercenaries also work on the behalf of the founders, who are a very powerful ancient group of supervillains who want to become the sole rulers of the cosmos and of the rest of sacred existence in the process. So we can exactly begin. After Master Power successfully shaked hands with Silverface on the 15th of September, and they remarked of their partnership. Despite that, exactly, Master Power exactly returned to his central headquarters of his base of operation, which was his island, which was his island after all, and he was able to firmly meditate on the 20th of September, was able to secretly meditate on and where he's able to secretly meditate and gathering his thoughts all together in order to exactly see his great plans and his great ambition. Despite this, guys, Master Power is gratefully very much ambitious, as in very completely much very ambitious. Literally very ambitious. Just know that. Despite that, Master Power completely gathered his thoughts and everything else until one dark druid exactly entered the room and told him that they are sacred, powerful, ancient temples that have never exactly been used for many, many centuries, or never been used, or that exactly haven't been used for many centuries and for many years within the sacred worlds and planets and universes that still need to be conquered and that still need to be proclaimed as well. And Master Power decided it's best to conquer those temples and exactly use them as his next headquarters of his base of operation in order to advance his own plans and his own goals as well. On the 29th of September, Master Power's forces arrived on the sacred temple and started invading it completely, and started invading the temple and started invading the sacred temple and taking over it and successfully modifying it. They completely modified the temple with more new technological advancement and also cybernetics advancement, creating new deadly and unstoppable weapons and undestructive and unstoppable weapons, which will be used by the Order of Darkness and the founders for them to become the sole rulers of the cosmos and of the rest of sacred existence. Despite this, exactly, Master Power decided in order for the dark magic users to exactly bring out their dark magic and their dark magic expertise and their expertise of their power and their abilities in order to make sure that there's magic within the sacred temple, within the ancient dark shadowy temple, and that everything else has been exactly restored to its former glory. Despite this, the four dark magic users exactly converged on the temple statues and exactly combine their dark magic and abilities, altering the temple's energy and physical power, changing it within the grounds of the temple and within the roots of the trees, and creating new statues and new fragments, bringing new statues of the fallen heroes and of the fallen villains, known as the original little magic statue, was quietly brought up within the ancient statue ruins of the temple, and everything else was quietly completely transformed in a different new way. And also Master Power completely entered the temple's central hall, and he exactly able to saw pictures of the founders, pictures of the ancient founders who are after all who came before them, who are the ancient beings who exactly lived before all the other sacred supernatural creatures ever lived for many centuries. And Master Power decided in order to leave the sacred hall the way it is with the ancient pictures of the founders and the founders and the beings and the creatures that came before them. The founders are very much powerful ancient creatures and beings that have lived for many centuries and millennia. They're the original founders of the sacred universe and of the golden universe and of the mixel universe and of the star universe, of the over universe, the light universe, and the sacred universe and the robotics universe and the mixel universe as well. They are the original founders of those universes and of those worlds as well. They've been exactly waging war against each other for many years and for many centuries and for many millennia, long time ago. And I exactly told you about the founders, guys. The episode is exactly there. You'll find it exactly there. Despite that, exactly, Master Power continued to adventure within the inner walls of the sacred temple, and he exactly discovered that the dark druids exactly planted a powerful dark crystal, and was very quietly completely proud of the dark druids' progress and everything else, and exactly seen that the dark druids have completely settled in, and the dark magic users have completely settled in within the temple, and that his forces have begun creating powerful, destructive weapons and highly powerful, combined, highly compositive cybernetics and prosthetics technology in the process in order to make sure that the order of darkness remains the most top of the food chain, remain the most top of the food chain within the sacred world and within the rest of sacred existence in the process as well. On the 1st of October, Master Power and his engineers and his mechanists continued building and creating new powerful invincible airships and battle cruisers and warships and battle cruisers and also battleships that are highly used in order to staging raids on other worlds and other clans and other planets and other clans of the supernatural clan, the alien clans and the superhuman clan and the 4 nation hunters, the 5 nation hunters, the 6 nation hunters, the 7 nation hunters, the 10 nation hunters, the 100 nation hunters, and the 7 nation hunters and the 18 nation hunters against all the sacred protectors of this against all the other sacred hunters of the sacred world and of the sacred universe in the process. Despite this, was very quietly impressed with the advancements and despite this, Master Power was successfully impressed with his advancements and everything else as he created a holographical map of the other sacred temples, within the sacred world, and discovered that he could exactly reclaim them all and put them under his sole control as well. On the 9th of October, Master Power met up with the members, with the engineers and the mechanists on a geographical meeting stands of the sacred chambers, within the new sacred chambers of the temple, where he told the engineers and the mechanists that he needs a powerful, highly combustible highly advanced battle cruiser that can exactly help him conquering and reclaiming other worlds and other planets and other civilization in order to further his ultimate goals and his plans. The mechanist and also the engineers exactly reassured Master Power that they will create a highly successful technology and highly successful technological highly successful technological advancement battle cruiser that can exactly help him conquer worlds and planets, which will like successfully create an armada and of battle cruisers and an army of them, and also an armada of warships and an armada of battleships as well at his service, and an armada of airships as well, highly advanced and highly adaptable, far greater than anything else of the Universal Prince's new empire and of the new Dolomagic's empire and of the original Shadow Empire and of the Star Empire as well. More highly advanced and more highly adaptable and more highly quickly advanceable and more powerful and more dangerous as well. And Master Power was elected pleased as well. On the 15th of October, Master Power exactly sat within the sacred chambers, seeing all the worlds and all the planets within the geographical map of the sacred world and of the sacred universes, until one of his scouts exactly reported that Lord Fate is quietly entered the temple and is successfully willing to exactly speak with Master Power. And Master Power told the scout to exactly let Lord Fate in. Lord Fate exactly told Master Power excuse me, Lord Fate exactly told Master Power that he shares the same goal and the same ideals as Master Power does, and that he is willing to exactly end the war, ending the sacred galactic war by any means necessary, and he's willing to help Master Power with these goals in conquering the sacred temples and the known worlds and the known civilization. Only if Master Power will still remain a member of the Order of Darkness in order to keep an eye on the founders, on the founders. These founders are different. These founders are different ancient groups of ancient group of supervillains who are an ancient secret society who are far different than the original founders. Just for you guys to exactly know that, and just for you guys not to exactly be confused. These founders are an ancient group of secret society, while the previous founders were the original founders of the supernatural, the aliens, and the superhumans. So just for you guys to don't exactly get confused, ancient secret society are the founders here, and the original ones are the supernaturals and the aliens and the superhumans. So just for you guys not to exactly get confused. Anyway, let's exactly proceed. Despite that, exactly, Lord Fate exactly told Master Power to exactly think about the offer and also the proposition in order to keeping an eye, on the founders and also in the Order of Darkness. In doing so, Lord Fate exactly told Master Power that he would gradually exactly like for Master Power to becoming a new member of the Dark Fates, who are an powerful, ancient group of supervillains who have lived throughout the sacred universe for many millennia and for many centuries, who want to put an end to the sacred galactic war that's been going on for many centuries and for many millennia and for many years as well. Their goals are very different from the other ancient groups of supervillains, very different. They are willing to put an end to the war by any means necessary, even destroying and wiping out the supernaturals and aliens and superhumans and the universal heroes and the intergalactic coalition and the Four-Nation Hunter. They're willing to do whatever it takes. And in order for them to become the sole rulers as well over the universe and over the rest of humanity, over the rest of humanity and over the rest of sacred existence as well in the process. Despite this, Lord Fate exactly told Master Power that he needs his expertise and that they both need each other's expertise. If he becomes a high-ranking member of the Dark Fates, he will exactly enlist their resources and their powers in order to help him further his goal and also his expertise and his abilities as well. And despite that, Lord Fate exactly told Master Power they share the same common enemy, the Universal Heroes and the Four-Nation Hunters and the Intergalactic Coalition and the new Lord of Magic and the Universal Prince and the Founders and also the Order of the Five, the Order of the Six, and the Order of the Five and Order of the Six, Order of the Seven, the Unholy Alliance and Sacred Five, and also the Sacred Circle as well. They share a common interest and a common goal to take down their competitors and to also remove them out of the way and wipe them out of the way permanently for good by any means necessary. Master Power completely exactly stood up from his chair and exactly told Lord Fate, and he walked on the geographical map and exactly entered and exactly told Lord Fate he accept his proposal that he will exactly enlist his resources and his help, and he will be gladly to become a member of the Dark Fates. And he shook hands with Lord Fate, stated that they are hereby associates and that their friendship and that their partnership can start to begin as well. On the on the on the 16 on the 16 on the 20th on the 20th of October, Master Power and his forces completely invaded the other worlds and other civilization with an army of battle cruisers with an army of battle cruisers and warship who completely overtook on the entire supernatural community of werewolves, warlocks, witches, druids, and faithful were forced to fight back against the enemy. The fight continued to exactly go on until the Universal Magic Heroes and the Four-Nation Hunters and the Five-Nation Hunters arrived just in the nick of time in order to fight against the enemy. Master Power completely exactly revealed himself and decided to fight against the heroes in order to taste their abilities and also their worth. In doing so, he took them down successfully with his hand-to-hand combat and with his swordsmanship combat, and the Universal Magic Heroes who completely exactly felt that Master Power is becoming a menace and a very much of a powerful threat. Despite that, Master Power besieged the entire clan and the entire clan and also the entire tribe of the werewolves and warlocks and witches and fairies in a process in order to conquer it and reclaim it as one of his own. But he successfully exactly lost when the Intergalactic Coalition exactly arrived with more backup and with more resources. After that, he gradually exactly disappeared and returned back to his central headquarters on the 1st of November. where he was able to exactly decipher the ancient scrolls and the ancient texts that the dark magic users were completely studying within the sacred libraries of the ancient temple, and told him that the fallen will soon exactly return, and that he will soon exactly return and come back one way or another. In his return will bring forth the age of darkness, meaning chaos and destruction upon its wake. He will uproot and undo the work of the universal heroes and of the intergalactic coalition and of the universal monster heroes and the universal defending heroes and the universal space heroes and the world heroes and united heroes hard work in trying to keeping balance and prosperity and harmony throughout the sacred world and throughout the rest of sacred existence, which will furthermore create a huge rift between the supernaturals and the aliens and the superhumans and also the universal heroes and also the four nation hunters, which the supernaturals will start fighting amongst themselves and also against the aliens and also against the superhumans. Despite that, with the great magnificent threat known as a new world of magic hanging over them, who's still wanting to wipe them out and exterminate them, they're about to face the worst threat ever possible. Despite that, Master Power was quietly, very much quietly, successfully pleased of the fallen, since he heard so many stories about him and everything else about him, and he decided in order to meet up with an old contact of his on the 9th of November, Master Power met up with Mind Shadow. Master Power met up with Mind Man. Master Power met up with Mind Man within the sacred chambers of the temple and told him that he's successfully able to decipher all the sacred texts and knowledge and everything else in a very much of a quickly manner and everything else, and told him that the fallen will soon exactly return. And Mind Man was successfully pleased, as Master Power now knows exactly what's coming, that the age of darkness and the prophecy that has been quietly, lightly has been bestowed is now quietly upon the rest of sacred existence, upon the rest of sacred existence, and upon the sacred world, and also upon the universal heroes. Meaning, in other words, it's time for them to take drastic actions and drastic measures by any means necessary. And Master Power gladly, successfully agreed with Mind Man as well, and told Mind Man that he will remain his associate as well. On the 15th of November, Master Power completely attended a video conference of the members of the Dark Fates, where Queen Fate completely welcomed Master Power to the group, to the essential, which the Dark Fates exactly have the central headquarters, which have they maintain the usual basis of operation, as well as a central headquarters which Lord Fate exactly uses, the mountains of the sacred world as his base of operations, where he can successfully keeping his sacred organization and his secret society highly working and highly operating within the shadows of the rest of sacred existence. Despite that, Queen Fate exactly welcomed Master Power, and so did Watermaster, and so did Fate Boy, and so did the Light Fate, and also the hand of and also the power of Fate successfully welcomed, and also the power of Fate successfully exactly welcomed Master Power to the group. Despite that, exactly, Watermaster exactly told Lord Fate that the Intergalactic Coalition and the Four Nation Hunters are doing everything else they can in their power to prevent the war between the Shadow Empire and the Star Empire. Despite that, Master Power told the Dark Fates that their plan is successfully going the way it's intended to be, and that he can successfully exactly work the way it's meant to be according to his schedule. He's already conquered many more temples and everything else, and he's willing to utilize his resources in order to make sure that the Dark Fates remain in power and in control of the conflict. Lord Fate exactly told the Dark Fates that the order of the seven is quietly highly operative now, and he's successfully exactly working on his plan, and also working on his secretive plan, and his calculated scheme in order to make sure that their goals exactly get to bear fruit. Despite that, exactly, he told the Dark Face that the Will of the Six is also working on a sinister plan and also a highly powerful plan. And he also told Master Power to keep a close eye on the founders and also on the Order of Darkness, and also especially on Silver Face. And Master Power reassured the members of the Dark Fates that he was successfully able to do that, and also successfully able to wipe out the Universal Earth Heroes once and for all. And that gave Lord Fate an idea, and he told Master Power he has an idea on how that can exactly be done, and how can exactly be done and be arranged in one fell swoop. On the 20th, on the 20th of November, Master Power successfully returned to his central headquarters, his new central headquarters, meaning the sacred shadowy temple that he quietly modified and rebuilt it in his name and in his ancient name. And he was exactly able to meet up with the dark magic users, as the dark magic users told them about Witchcaster, who was gratefully making progress in alliance with the Snake Queen, and exactly able to exactly search for the dark energy out in the spell and their power. But despite that, they told They told Master Power that the Dark Sisters and the members of the Order of Power who are now associates of the New World of Magic are quietly crafting a powerful, bigger scheme and a very sinister plan that's quietly taking place. Should they exactly keep eye on them? Master Power told the four dark magic users in order to continue with the experiments and everything else up, he has a very much of a bigger plan and ready and stored in order to wipe out the Universal Earth Heroes once and for all. On the on the 9th of December, the Universal Earth Heroes completely investigated, completely returned to another to another desert temple, to another desert planet world where there was an ancient sacred temple, unaware that the temple was quite being used as an ambush by the assassins and by the forces of evil, and they'll come until Master Power completely successfully revealed himself, and also with these mercenaries and his assassins, and told the Universal Earth Heroes that the masters from the higher power, the masters of the higher power, have gratefully had enough of their interference, have gratefully had enough of your interference and everything else, and that it's successfully time in order to wipe you guys out of the way and removed you out of the way completely. The Universal Earth Heroes and Universal Earth Boy exactly told the Universal Earth Heroes that it's time for them to exactly marshal off their troops and fight against the mercenary, which the fight exactly began taking place, and a battle began exactly taking place within the sacred temple as they completely exactly fought within the edges of the temple and exactly took down their enemies, took down their enemies and several villains. Master Paul consecutively exactly focused his fighting techniques and his battle techniques against Universal Earth Boy, and he successfully was completely evenly matched with him as he realized that they both completely evenly matched, and Master Power decided in order to disappear as he gratefully exactly disappeared out of nowhere, and he was never quietly seen again after that. The Universal Earth Heroes were able to capture several key enemies, and they were ultimately sentenced directly into the astral prison to remain in custody for their crimes against the sacred world and against humanity and against the sacred universe, and against the sacred universe and against the sacred peace and the sacred balance that are quietly up against it as well. Despite that, the Universal Earth Heroes were quietly victorious, and I was successfully happy that they captured several enemies, but the Universal Earth Boy realizes that Master Power is still at large and that he's posing as a very much of a greater threat than any other force of evil or obstacle or any other sinister that they're able to confront or fight within the past few years, and that he is becoming a threat and a problem. Despite this exactly, Master Power was able to return through essential headquarters on the 13th of December, where I was able to exactly meditate throughout his room until Wishcaster appeared from the shadows and told Master Power that everything else is going according to plan, the way it's intended to be, and that they plan so successfully in motion the way they are meant to be without any other distraction, and his ambition can successfully exactly take place as well everything else is. And Master Power would like to be pleased to hear that from Wishcaster, as he told Wishcaster that they'll remain associates and they will always exactly remain as associates as well. On the 17th of December, Master Power met up with Silverface within Sacred Valley and told Silverface that everything else quietly in place, while everything else has been quietly placed and arranged and successfully arranged. And Silverface exactly told Master Power that everything else is successfully arranged and everything else is in place the way it's meant to be, and that the schedule is quietly in place, and that the founders are willing to act on phase 2 of the plan and willing to go forward with the next phase of the plan in order to taking down and wiping out the Order of the 12 and the Universal Prince out of the way by using the Intergalactic Coalition and the Universal Heroes and the United Heroes as pawns in order for them to take out and cripple the enemy's plans, before they get to bear fruit, which the founders will successfully be able to benefit. And Master Power was successfully pleased and very happy of that as well, as in completely very happy. On the 2nd of January, Master Power completely exactly went to the ice planet of the Dark Worlds, where he was completely able to meet up with the 4 dark and powerful magic users, 1 dark druid, 1 dark witch, 1 dark faithful, and 1 dark sister, and told them that everything else has been arranged the way it's intended to be, and that the schedule is quietly in place the way it's intended to be. The dark sister told Master Power that his ambition has exactly scratched the surface, and that he can now begin to initiate phase 2 of the plan, and that everything else can be restored in the way it's meant to be. And the Master Power exactly successfully told the dark and powerful formidable magic users who banished and imprisoned the Fallen many centuries ago and many millennia ago that the Fallen will soon successfully return, no matter what they can successfully do. The Dark Sister exactly told the Master Power that they're not exactly worried about the Fallen. They know exactly what chaos is about to unleash. And also, the Dark Druid exactly told Master Power that they have the situation perfectly under control, which they'll use the Fallen as a weapon in order to restoring order and balance, and to restoring order and balance to the sacred world, and also to the cosmic power and balance itself by any means necessary. And Master Power was successfully pleased and very happy of that progress as well. On the 9th of January, Master Power attended a video conference of the members of the Dark Fates and exactly reassured them that everything else is successfully in place and that they can exactly begin scheduling their plan and putting it back into motion. And Lord Fate was successfully pleased, that meaning that it's time for their plan to take place, no matter what. Despite this, guys, Master Power is reluctantly very ambitious and very cruel and very, very ruthless. He exactly holds no bounds. He's willing to exactly join forces with a group of other ancient supervillains known as the Dark Fates, and willing to make sure that their goals and their plans get to bear fruit in order to ending the sacred galactic war once and for all. And despite this, he exactly believes in their goals, and he exactly willing to make sure that the Dark Fates remain in power and in control over the sacred war and over the sacred galactic war, and that they wipe out the universal heroes and the Four Nation Hunters and the Intergalactic Coalition out of the way, meaning permanently out of the way. Despite this, he's very intelligent, very, very, very intelligent, and very, very skilled in deception, and very, very skilled in deception, and very, very skilled at disappearing and in reappearing at will, and also very, very completely smart, and very completely smart. He's a super strategist and a super tactician, forming an alliances with the other ancient group of supervillains known as the Dark Fates, willing in order to utilize their resources for his ultimate goal, to make sure that his goals get to bear fruit. Despite this, he still believes in the Order of Darkness's goals and mission and all of that, to restoring power, and also in the founders' goals, and as well to becoming the sole rulers. But either way, he's willing to act as a double agent and also as a double member of both ancient secret societies as well, willing to make sure that the Dark Fates remain in control and in power over the sacred galactic war, and that they exactly have the situation under control by any means necessary, including wiping out the universal Earth heroes out of the way in the process. He's very skilled in hand-to-hand combat, swordsmanship, tactician, agility, and endurance. Very, very skilled in those, and very, very smart and very, very clever. He maintains his usual basis of operation as well as his central headquarters, which is another ancient, shadowy, powerful, crystallic temple that he's managed to exactly fortify, that he's managed to exactly refortify into his control and into his possession, in order to use it as his central headquarters to create his own army, to creating his own advanced technology, to creating his own advanced technological army of warships and battle cruisers, and on warships and battle cruisers and battleships and airship and battle airship fleet that are hundred times advanced and highly technological with cybernetics and prosthetics. He's very, very skilled in creating cybernetics and prosthetics, and also he continued to supply the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders with destructive technology in return for them to continue supplying him with destructive and formidable technology. Despite this, he's even forming a secretive alliance with the other ancient and powerful, formidable group of dark magic users who banished and trapped the Fallen for many centuries ago, who are the Dark Druid, the Dark Witch, the Dark Faithful, and the Dark Sister, who are exactly forming a secretive alliances with Master Power in order for them to combine their resources together for a common goal, in order to maintain the cosmic balance of power that it maintains at balance, and also at gratefully at peace. He's very ambitious and very, very smart and very, very intelligent and very, very cruel and ruthless as well. Master Power holds no bound. He loves the thrill of battle. He even found a worthy adversary known as Firebird and Universal Earth Boy and the Universal Heroes and the Intergalactic Coalition and the Four Nation Hunters. And he learns from his past mistakes never to underestimate them, never to underestimate their abilities in thwarting his operation and as well as his plans in the process, and he never takes them lightly. And he's now even a current member of the Dark Fates, a group of ancient supervillains who are willing to end the sacred galactic conflict by any means necessary. That includes exactly wiping out the supernaturals, the aliens, the superhumans, the universal heroes, the universal Earth heroes, and the Intergalactic Coalition and the Four Nation Hunters and the United Heroes in the process. to restoring sacred peace and harmony. That by killing all their enemies in one fell swoop. Master Power views the Universal Prince and the new Little Magic as powerful threats, and as well as the Order of the Five and the Order of the Six, and is willing to use the sacred heroes as pawns in order to neutralize and cripple their plans in the process. Despite this, he's incredibly smart. He's a huge armada at his disposal, an army of soldiers at his disposal who work and serve for him, who believe that he's a worthy leader to become. And Master Power is exactly sees himself as a future secretive leader of his next glorified empire that will soon exactly get to bear fruit and exactly soon get to bear fruit and rise from the shadows and remove the original Shadow Empire out of the way. He has a huge army and armada of battleships, battle cruisers, battle cruisers, warships, and battleships, highly advanced and highly adaptable for raids and for staging raids on other planets and clans and civilization and other known worlds as well, and also fortified and also highly advanced airships in order to use them to invade other worlds and planets in a process, so that he can exactly conquer them and lay waste or either besiege them in a process for his global sacred conquest in a process. He's very ambitious and he's very ruthless and cruel and very intelligent. His greatest nemesis within the Universal heroes is Firebird and Rex and also Universal Man and also Newborn. He's willing to take them down and is willing to wipe them out. Despite that, he respects his adversaries and his greatest competitor, known as Universal Earthboy, and is willing to exactly take him down by any means necessary. Well, guys, that's it for today's episode. I all hope you have a wonderful, blessed, and great evening, and a great evening, and a great afternoon. I'll exactly see you tomorrow as well. Yes, tomorrow as well. Yeah, tomorrow. I appreciate your support in watching and viewing my episode. I truly appreciate it. I'm very grateful for it, and may God bless you as well. Have a blessed, wonderful evening and an afternoon. I'll exactly see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye. Bye.